Hello, everyone. Welcome again to K Podcast. So, we're going to talk about this. I'm just going to say the word that Tyler Perry uh, used and the demography of women that he actually was speaking to directly about this relationship topic. And the fact that he had to literally significantly specify a particular group of women and say, oh my, you're earning more money as if that is your fault. You know, it is your fault for earning more money and getting education because, there are some men out here in this particular community that can't do the same, as if they don't have the same chances, as if they are deprived of the chances that you have. And let's not forget this black women are the women that are literally the punching bag of the whole society. Like everybody want to punch down on the black women. And Tyler Perry decided this was a great time for him to talk about this. And he did actually say that he knows he's gonna get backlash for this particular topic and his advice for the relationship that is given. I can't remember any time he actually, give a great advice apart from, his movies where he makes, the woman a very educated woman and then she has to sell for somebody that doesn't have anything. Now I'm gonna bring this video from someone that made a video about this particular topic and from TikTok, by the way. And I'm gonna, you know, give my opinion on it because she made a lot of sense. And I'm gonna actually play the video from him.
Gay as depicted in the Boondocks.
So let me put it from the starting. I take it back.
Right. So we all know Tyler Perry is gay as depicted in the Boondocks Pause episode. And the only reason he is now trying to give relationship advice to black women is to better his own chances with the men that he wants. Like, oh, it's okay if the man can only pay the light bill. And this is why he does this glorification of the blue collar man in all of his movies that the educated black woman falls for. Oh, I can't afford anything, not even a shirt, but I love you so much. So now he's trying to tell you guys who can only pay the electric bill are just fine. You should totally get with them. Why? So he has a better shot at the rich men that he wants. Obviously,
I'm gonna say this. I don't think you have to be. I mean, he hasn't come out and said this is what he is yet, but I don't think you have to be that. You know, to actually think of the women in your community as less, especially when it comes to, finding a mate. I understand a lot of people want to go into the gay thing and be like, oh, you're gay for this, you're gay for that. But I'm feeling like, no, let's stop covering this as a, you know, you gotta be gay to preach this to women. This is something that a lot of these men from this community have been preaching. You don't have to be, you know, in a specific group for you to preach this, and it's something that they've been living by, the struggle of antique, and you got to struggle on all of that. I do understand where she's coming from, but at the same time, I'm like, this is something. I was watching a video today of, a guy talking to some kids, and there was a Caucasian child, a black baby girl, beautiful girl, by the way, and, a small little dark boy. And he was asking, oh, should I be humble? And the boy, which boy actually replied and said, no, you have to be a man. This is not something that they are taught from when they are older. This is something, because when I saw that, and that child is like probably around the age of 3, or let's say maybe 4, and he was already saying, after the other man said, should I put in my profile humble? And he literally, of all the children, the girl actually said yes. And the other boy, the Caucasian little boy said yes as well. But we know who said no, you gotta be a man, you gotta show that you're a man at the age of probably 3 or 4. I didn't want to bring that video over here because it is heartbreaking. We don't have to stereotype everything. There are some men out here that think it is BW's natural place to date down. They feel like it is your natural place, and it is your natural place to struggle, to be the punching bag of everyone, to be the one that gets less respect, to be the ones that want less out of a man. I also saw a video of a guy talking about he's seen more and more, black women dating out and this if he's stripping or something. And I'm like, you do know that everybody's a human being. Everybody has a self-consciousness. Everybody have their own mind. If something is not working for you and you've seen that it's not working for other women like you, why would you pursue the same thing? Now, stereotyping him and trying to say, oh, he's from this particular group or he's gay and this, I do not agree with that. But what I have been seeing is that this is something that is installed in some men in this particular community. Like, you do not deserve more. You should not be expecting more. You don't have to be uh, be a part of any kind of group for you as a man to think this particular way. So I'm gonna finish this video, by the way. I'm gonna let her finish and then I'm gonna come back.
About to hit her, here comes the shirtless garden.
Hold it right there, bald-headed dude from Law.
Access to all of the rich fine men for yourself. The most hilarious thing about how accurate this episode is that Aaron McGruder actually has a lot of the same colorism issues and whatnot as Tyler Perry. So to hear them calling each other out is just super hilarious. And of course, this is my absolute favorite scene from this whole episode. Another reminder that Aaron McGruder and Tyler Perry have a lot in common.
Hello, how do you do?
This is the thing. This is the thing here. If you accept less, they are gonna offer you less. If a man looks at you and tell you, I will not marry you, and you continue to stay there, that is on your own volition. That is your own will to stay there, although he told you he would marry you. It's like a man comes in a relationship and tells you, I want a 50-50 relationship. If you decide to stay there, that is on you. That is not on anybody else. That is on you because you made that decision solely on yourself. You heard what came out of his mouth and you decided to stay there and receive less. And a lot of people might be like, there are good men out there. There are a lot of good men out there. But you hear a lot of men complaining about, oh, I don't like the way she looks, but her attitude is okay. They always focus on the way you look. But when once you focus on the bank account, all of a sudden, the alarm goes off. Everybody start calling you, whatever they want to say. But your appearance, a lot of people say, if he's good, look at his hat. But does he look at your hat? And why should you be the one providing? I do not understand. Why should you be the one providing? Why? So I'm going to bring this video up over here and I'm going to come back with my commentary, by the way, of this lady actually giving her commentary after this video. And then I'm going to play the actual original video from, Tyler talking all of this ish that he's been saying, talking about, you got the most education, as if you were blocking the way for the men that are supposed to have that same education, as if you were the hindrance. That's why they didn't get that same education. The opportunity was open for everybody. They just didn't take that opportunity. You took your opportunity and you try to make your own life better, which they should have done the same. But no. If he pays the electricity bill and he has a good heart, you should be happy. But you should not judge him by his character, though, and his flaws and his bank account. Let's not forget about that. But they can definitely judge you for that. I hear some men coming out here talking about their girlfriend's attitude, their wife's attitude, this person's attitude, the way they look, the that, the that. They will literally dissect a woman's appearance and behavior. But oh, even though you do have a good heart, normally doesn't matter because their focus and their main focus is mostly on the looks. So let me bring this video over here, by the way.
He's incredible, he's thoughtful, he's loving, he's kind, he's monogamous, he's all those things. He can only pay the light bill, though. Still sound like a catch? Tyler Perry seems to think so.
If that man works, at whatever job and is a good man and is good to you and honors the house and honors his wife and does what he can because his gift may not be your gift.
Exactly.
That is okay. That's not somebody who's beneath.
Okay, I'm just going to say this. He does what he can. Meanwhile, you got a lot. You put yourself through school. You struggle with the way society is built. Let's not forget, Black women have it the hardest. A lot of people can say, oh, they're the most educated, but they still have it the hardest. And you go through all of this knowing that you are in the totem pole of having it the hardest over everybody else. And all of a sudden, yes, if he has less, you should settle for it. Like, make it make sense. Make it make sense.
You.
Yeah.
That's somebody who came to love you at your worth, right?
He came to love you at your what? Let me tell you guys something. Let me just say this. See, you cannot change a man's mind. You get me? Like I said before, if a man says he doesn't want to be in a relationship with you or he doesn't want to marry you, he just want to play around, you cannot change his mind. So if he's there and you're telling me, oh, he's just there because of your what? Because he doesn't have enough. Let that man have enough. Let him have enough. We've seen Barbara's the Builders out here crying. We've seen Pygmalius out here crying, talking about we've been together, we've had this many kids and that I've been supportive, and all of a sudden he left me. You get me? But let's not talk about that. Tyler Perry is not talking about the struggle that many of these women have put in many of these men that have left them, that have actually left them. This is the thing I don't understand with this particular community. Last time it was, what is her name? Tiffany Haddish talking about dating the man, the homeless man. Now it's Tyler Perry talking about if he can pay the electricity bill is enough. But do these men think that you are enough? Because if you're out there paying for everything, do they actually think you're enough? Because at the end of the day, they might not like the way you look and all of that. There is a TikTok video that I was watching. A guy was talking about you could be 90% of what a man wants. And if he finds 10%, not even the 90, 10% of what he's looking for, of what is missing in that particular relationship, he could leave you, go over there and stay with that 10% that he got from that other woman. And even though he's not happy, he will pretend that, or he will just endure and be like, this is what I wanted in the first place because it was his decision. Also, another thing, I understand a lot of women always want to see a man get karma, and they want that whenever they leave a man, he regrets it. Let me tell you something, ladies. A lot of men do not regret leaving women if they leave. Let me say it again for the people in the back. When a man wants something, it doesn't matter. He will just leave. It doesn't matter how you feel. Most of the time, in fact, 90% of the time, he will not regret leaving you. And this is the mentality that I want women to start having. Because once you start understanding that they could walk out of that door and not have any regret because they're like, you know what, this is not what I'm looking for. It doesn't matter how good you were, how much work you put into it. They could still walk away and not have regret. But one thing that Tyler Perry is not understanding is he is talking about, all of this. Oh, he's a great man if he pays for the electricity, but he forgets about the sacrifice that the woman have to put, carrying the child to term, birthing the child. And if that man decides to leave, then what? Is he still a good man when he's made it? When you've become Barbara the builder and build him up and paid for everything? Because many of these men will not respect you. If he doesn't want you and he's just staying just to survive, just to be cared for, nah. They don't look at your heart. Let me say this again. They mostly don't look at your heart. Your heart is not, they say look for a good heart. Your heart is not necessary for them. They don't care. They will dissect a woman's look. They will tell you if you're a 9, if you're a 6, if you're a 2. If you're a 2 and you are literally 90% of the kind of woman he wants, he doesn't care if he's not interested in you. He might stay there when he's broke and doesn't have anything, but at the end of the day, he could just walk away. So let me continue this.
Yes.
And as long as he's secure in himself to know that, yep, she may.
Okay, hold on a second. Why does he have, okay, as long as he's securing his own self, by the way, not the family, not you. You are not a priority. You are not a priority. As long as he's securing his own self and you're paying for the rest of the stuff, it's cool. You should be happy and grateful. I'm going to say this. This is a sign of, let me say, fear. Because a lot of women in this particular community, they are waking up, they're seeing, especially with the security topic, with women being protected and all of that. It's literally out there in the air. A lot of women are seeing this. They're like, you know what? Why am I here? Why am I sacrificing all of this? Why am I putting all this work into this? I can't get protection from this particular part of group of men that I look like. I can't even get a decent man that can pay for the bills or decide to wake up in the morning, go get his education like I did. I struggled to get education, although I'm the bottom when it comes to the society. I'm the punching bag of everybody. He cannot even go get education so that he can provide. And I'm supposed to baby him and take care of him. Make it make sense.
Makes most of the money. All I can pay is the light bill. As long as she's comfortable enough to say, I'm going to cover the mortgage and all the other stuff. You've handled the light bill, baby. You can take me to dinner every now and then. Mm-hmm. That is fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
No.
Wait, he can take you to dinner every now and then. So who's paying for the groceries at home? Who's paying for the food at home? So he's paying only, see, let me say this. Okay, she's going to say it anyways. Students can pay for their phone bills and electricity bills. So why is a grown man looking for a relationship when he's not financially stable? Why are you looking for a relationship? No, tell me. Shouldn't you be trying to achieve financial stability before you think about going into any kind of relationship? This is the thing. They just want you to struggle because growing up, like I said before, I saw a video on TikTok and there was this Caucasian man that was asking, 3 kids. There was a black girl, and then there was a black boy, a little boy, and another Caucasian little boy. And they were probably the age of 3 or 4. And then he was telling them that he's single. I didn't bring the video up here, by the way. He was telling them that he's single and he needs a girlfriend. There was one part that I took note. When he said, they were giving him advice on how to get a girlfriend. And he said, should I put on my profile that I am humble? The other kids, the black girl and the Caucasian little boy, said yes. And who said, no, you gotta be a man at the age of 3. I was shocked. I was like, you 3, what do you know about being a man? Who told you that is how men behave? At the kindergarten, by the way, kindergarten kids. Because the other children were like, yeah, you should definitely put that you are humble, you can care for her and all of that. And this little boy I'm not even playing with you guys. I'm not lying. Maybe I will put it on my shorts later. Say you gotta be a man. Who is teaching them this? This is coming from the home. Sometimes outside they hear all these grown men talking in such a little age. This mentality is already implanted in them. So let's continue.
We are not about to have struggle love, be glorified. I don't care if a man is a good man. That doesn't mean that he's the right man for you. Maybe I, as a woman, don't want to be the primary breadwinner. Is that okay? Am I allowed to say that I want a provider? It's funny to me how women are always expected to settle and meet a man where he is and just look at a man's heart, but they look at your face. They look at your body. Just the other day, I posted a video about this guy that was like, oh man, she's perfect when you're loved the right way by the wrong woman. She just doesn't look the way I want her to look. Oh man. Another man said, I think she's a cool woman. I just don't like her face. So they can look at your face and body, but you're supposed to look at their heart? No, I'm looking at that wallet too, sir. I don't want to be the primary breadwinner. I don't want to be the one who is in charge of all the bills. You can be a nice guy, but you may not be the nice guy for me. A teenager can pay a light bill. Like a teenager with a little part-time job at McDonald's can pay their own phone bill. No, as a grown man, I'm expecting more. And I don't care if it is Tyler Perry. I said what I said. A grown man should be able to take care of himself. I'm not his mommy. I'm his mate. So if that's all he can do, let him find somebody else who's willing to do it. Pick somebody else. This ain't nothing but the whole bus driver thing all over again. Why can't you get with a bus driver? Maybe because I don't want to.
No, it was the bus driver, then he went to the homeless man. Now it's, if he pays electricity bill, just be happy. At this point, it's like they're trying to tell you, oh, you don't deserve better. No, look at it. Look at what they're preaching out here. Sincerely, sit down and one time think about the demographic of women that they're trying to push this onto. They're not pushing it on to Becky and Ling Ling and all Marie and all of them. It's on to you. It's on to you, Keisha. It's on to you. You're the one that know how hard it is to maneuver in society, that struggle to have your education, to graduate, to struggle to have what you have now. The fact that possibility was also given to them, but they did not take that possibility. They did not care because in their dreams, they know that Keisha is going to take care of them. Mommy going to take care of them. They're trying to put the burden on you. And then when they finally make it, I wonder why Tyler Perry is not talking about this topic with the NBA players and all of them with them, beautiful women that they have there that are not, non-Black women. Why is he not pushing this to Kanye West? Why are these people, what is her name again? Tiffany Haddish, Tyler Perry, and the bus driver lady, why are they not pushing this to the men? Because normally a man should take care of the woman and provide. No, it's because the women in this particular community have been carrying the burden for so long that every son that you bear is going to grow up thinking it is your responsibility. It is your place. You're supposed to be society punching bag and builders. And so you deserve nothing less or more. In fact, you might deserve less, but you definitely do not deserve more. Let's stop playing, please.
Is that all right? Maybe because I don't want to. This man who also thinks he's too good, no BBLs, no weaves, no eyelashes, no makeup. They got a list as long as their doggone arm about what they don't want. But as soon as a woman says she wants a provider, man, what's going on? If he can only pay a light bill, but he's a good guy, let somebody else be with that good guy who can only pay the light bill. And let me also say this. If all he has is light bill money, he's not working hard enough. Because there's no way that I'm out here paying the mortgage and the car note and all these different bills, paying all the utilities except for the light bill. But that's all you can seem to scrounge up. You need that hustle gene. You don't have enough hustle in you. You don't have what it takes to lead a family. Because what if something happens and I can't work? We can't survive off of light bill money.
So I'm gonna bring this original video from Tyler Perry up here so that we can listen to all the shenanigans that he had to say and listen to his words, because he did not actually add any other woman from any other demographic over here. He specifically knew who he was talking to. And he said he knew he would get backlash for this.
In trouble for saying this, but I will. Listen, a lot of women, especially black women, and I might get in trouble for saying this, but I will. In our society right now, black women are making a lot more money for the most part than black men, right? There are a lot.
And why is that? They are not talking about why is that. Because these are the bottom of the totem pole when it comes to society. These are women that have to struggle. Everybody's trying to use them as a punching bag. Everyone, by the way, is trying to use them as a punching bag. Like there was a time people were talking about, if you want to talk about who is on the level, who is on the ladder, you got, every other man race, and then you get all the men, and then you get the women. White women is mostly very close to Caucasian men, that. But the black man is not in the same level with the black women when it comes to society, how society views everything, because they have more opportunities as men in total, by the way. But black women are being put down by everyone, even some other black women, put down. So they're like literally the ones that are literally struggling the most. You're telling me they have more money because they have to struggle the most to get that money and earn that money. And the ones that are having a little bit of privilege and more privilege as a man are out here asking for them to pay for more. Make it make sense.
A lot of black men who are successful, but for the most part, black women are making the money. So if you can find love, if that man works, at whatever job, and is a good man and is good to you, and honors the house and honors his wife and does what he can, because his gift may not be your gift.
Exactly.
That is okay. That's not somebody who's beneath you.
Yeah.
That's somebody who came to love you at your worth.
Yeah, and if he would have the money, would he go for her? No, let's ask him the question. If he would have the money, would he go for her? Would he go for a woman like that? Let's stop playing now. Oh, he has a good heart, but he's looking at your features, your skin tone, and he's dissecting you in his head. If he makes enough money, he's leaving. It's not the first time. Can we talk about the other way around? The men that have the money, Kanye West and all of them men out there that have a lot of money, are they looking for those women that he's talking about? Are they looking for the women that are able to make money, have their education, get their education from their own community, have the same skin tone? Are they looking for those women, Tyler? I don't understand why this narrative is being pushed by the women to the woman. And she's over here being like, yeah, okay, mammy. This is the thing. You can't even provide security. You can't provide protection. And you're telling these women, oh, if you have a good heart and he's just paying for electricity bill, oh, it's fine. You should be happy. You should feel privileged enough that he picked you. He picked you. Because if he had more, he wouldn't even look at you. But the fact that he's even looking at you, you should feel privileged enough and happy and content with that. Isn't that sad? No, tell me, isn't that a sad life? We only have one life. When you're gone, you're gone. You want to live sadly? You want to be Barbara the builder and have him leave you, and all of a sudden you're going to cry with 4 kids at home? The cheating going to be continuing, all of that. Let's continue.
Right?
Yes.
And as long as he's secure in himself to know that Yep, she makes most of the money. All I can pay is the light bill. As long as she's comfortable enough to say, I'm going to cover the mortgage and all the other stuff, you've handled the light bill, baby, you can take me to dinner every now and then. That is fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
How is that fine? No, how is that fine to expect something from the people, from the particular women in society that are beat down by them, even men from their own community, use them as a punching bag by everybody. The last time we were talking about security, we have some men from this particular community trying to debunk, trying to talk about allergic reaction, trying to say it was a act, trying to do everything in their power, doing the UNO's reverse card, like, the people whenever they get arrested as well, and the people in the other side of the ethnicity start bringing out, records and all of that. They're like, oh no, why do you have to bring this? Why do you have to? But they did the UNO's reverse card when it came to that lady. What are you offering these women? I want to hear, what are you offering? Just the good of your heart? Is it the same for the men? Just the good of your heart. Just make sure he has a good heart. A good heart is not gonna do nothing for you. You get me? A good heart is not gonna pay the bills. A good heart is not gonna sustain a family. Oh, so you're gonna pay for everything, and the only thing he's got to pay for is electric bills. Make it make sense. How do you come home and feel like a man in such situation? A lot of men want to be the one taking care of the woman that they love and they like. Like I said from the starting of this video, if a man doesn't like you, he is not gonna stick around. It doesn't matter if you drag yourself to the altar and drag him there too. If he doesn't want to marry you, like I said before, a lot of times when men leave relationship, let me say this again for those in the back. When they leave relationships, they do not have regrets. And I'm going to say this. I know a lot of women want them to have regrets and be like, oh, he left me, now he's regretting it. If he made up his mind and left you, and he didn't see you like the woman of his dreams, he never saw you like the woman of his dreams, and he leaves that relationship, he is not gonna have regrets. Let me say it again. You might have regrets. You might feel stupid and be like, oh my God, why did I even put myself there? 90% of the time, they do not have regrets. You can have 90% of what they want, but that woman that is out there that have only 10% of what they want, they can go over there, suffer in silence, and still be happy with that 10% that they are getting. Your 90% that you brought meant nothing. You get me? A lot of men, and I've even heard this from men, saying if a man leaves, most of the time he doesn't have regrets because that was his decision. That was his decision. That was him making up his mind. He doesn't have to, struggle around. He made his decision. It's like, you know what? I'm not really feeling this. That was his decision. He left. He will not regret that because he never saw you as the partner that you want him to see. You can try to convince him about all the qualities that you have. If he doesn't see it, you can sell it to him. So let's stop playing.
Yeah.
But that's so hard for a lot of people to take in because that means, no. I need somebody to, they need to make 5 times more, and I got to have. Well, go on, keep your list, baby.
Yeah.
God bless you. Hope it happens. Go on, keep your list. But when you talk about just someone to love you and support you, I know people who.
Okay, he's talking about love you and support you. Where is the support? Because I really want to know where the support is coming from. He's contradicting himself in this particular topic. He's contradicting himself. To love you and support you by paying electricity bills. Where is the rest of the support? Where is the support? No, can we talk about where the support is? Because I'm not seeing the support that he's trying to explain to sell the women out here. Where is the support? The support is that he lays on your bed. He pays electricity bill. It takes you out once in a lifetime. It takes you out sometimes, but he doesn't contribute to the household. So where is this support? Where is this support?
Whose men can't touch what they make. But when you see them together, that love, that support, that I got you.
And by the way I'm thinking about this support now is meaning the support that you give. The love, the support, it's your support, not his support. Because once he makes it, he's gonna leave you. He's gonna talk about she's not the woman of my dreams. I never really loved her like that. She has this attitude. All of a sudden, your attitude topic is gonna be open. He's gonna talk about what attitude you had that he didn't like. And even if you were humble and you became a carpet and a rug and the literal floor, he's gonna turn around and be like, I don't like the way she looks. What love and support? The support is you giving support, not him. He can sleep on it, and the love is him laying on your bed. Like I said before, you cannot change a man's mind. You will never be able to change a man's mind. A man that wants to be with you, that loves you, will stick with you and will make sure that you do not look at him and see fault. Even though he might have faults, he will try to make sure that he support you financially, emotionally, and in every way. Not just by, loves you and support you by just saying he loves you, by the way.
Babe, it's a beautiful thing.
It is.
Yeah,
It is.
yeah.
I remember I was having a conversation with you, and I was going. I can admit that I had fallen under that. Like, okay, I actually may have misunderstood what "meet me at my worth" meant. I thought "meet me at my worth" was "meet me at my net worth."
But my net worth, right. No, not your net worth.
Right.
At least meet me at my net worth. Yeah, no,
Okay,
that's your net worth.
period.
Yeah.
And I was talking to you. I was like, and Tyler, I was like, this, and this, and I've done this, and you're like, wait, stop. He was like, don't make it about money. And this is when I was like, oh my.
But when he makes money, he's going to make it about money, though. If you ask him for child support, he's going to come out in the internet and cry about him paying child support, though. If you ask for alimony, he's going to make it about money, though. But no, don't make it about money. Be Barbara the Builder, the love and unconditional, caregiver.
Oh my gosh, like it was like it just went off, and I was like, I see what you're saying. You were like, Crystal, I used to do the same thing. I would like be doing all these things for someone or people around me, and I'm like, I'm not getting anything in return, And we fall into that sometimes. And you said, but then I thought about it, they can't do for me the way I do for
No.
Pick me. This is what I'm gonna call pick me syndrome. This is a pick me syndrome. Yep. If you're a pick me and you find yourself in this state, get therapy or get in touch with other women, or you definitely can come over here to my channel, subscribe, and leave a comment and ask me how you can get away from pick me syndrome. I can definitely help you with that, because this is low. Because once that man leaves, your heart is gonna be broken. You are gonna be broken in many ways. If you have children, it is gonna be worse, because children exaggerate the whatever is going on, especially in a breakup. It's gonna be worse, because he's gonna be out there enjoying his life, doing what he's gotta do. In his mind, he's gonna be like, you know what? Yeah, she was fun for that while, and you know what? She was never really the kind of woman that I would go for. I'm gonna say this, ladies, before you go out there and date any man, look at that man, and if he's not taking care of you from the start, he's never gonna do it. If he comes to you and be like, I want 50-50 from the start, he is not a provider. He does not see your worth. He does not see you as somebody that he wants to provide for. He sees you as Barbara the Builder, Keisha the provider, caregiver, the lover. That's what he sees you like. That's what he sees you like. And a lot of people might come over here and be like, there are some men that don't have it, and then when they make it, they stay together with the woman. Show me that man. Okay, I can I can start with Jeff Bezos. By the way, can we start with Jeff Bezos, owner of Amazon? You know that guy, Elon Musk. Although his family were already rich, but the time he started and he was not a billionaire, a trillionaire. Can we start with those guys? Can we talk about those rich men? Stick with him, stand by his side, build with him. Then the end of the day, at least those women that left those men, they still have something. But you're gonna get nothing.
It's just like
No.
they can't.
No.
You got, when you explain it like that, if he is giving you all these other things, then that's something you work with. Like, wow, like this is, it's way deeper.
Yeah, you got to remove the money from the situation
Yeah.
because it's just going to cloud it. And then you have your girlfriend and this friend and they're saying, girl,
Yes.
he doing this and he ain't got that. And he You don't understand the love that we have for each other.
Oh, Lordy, Lord, my head hurts. Oh my God, my head hurts. You know what? I'm just gonna bring this other video back on.
Anything is possible with Jesus on our team. Make plays and press like.
That really is one of the best satires ever done. This whole episode. That's why it got banned, and it's not on any of the DVDs. You have to go online to see this episode because Tyler Perry complained to Universal, and he makes Universal way more money. Fun fact. All right, but yeah, in general, don't take relationship advice from black men, black women, or any women. They're just out to give you bad advice that will either give them more access to women or cut off your access to men. Like.
Now, I'm going to bring up this other video over here. I've been seeing people making videos of this particular topic about the engagement ring topic. You know what? Let me bring this up. Let me just bring it up.
You.
Listen, by the way, you're going to be listening to two different people over here. A man that bought $35K ring for his girlfriend and a man that has not even bought nothing. And then turned around and told the girlfriend, but you have never had anybody propose to you. Why won't you be, happy for $1,500 ring? Because she was expecting more.
$1,500 ring would be just fine with you.
Don't say no. Don't show up. Don't say no. Because when did anybody ever propose to you?
Did you hear that? Because she didn't open her options. She didn't look for somebody that was better than him. So she's always trying to be the one that, stick, and look at the heart. And this is the heart that she's been looking at, the love in the heart. And he's telling you, when have anybody ever proposed to you? Why wouldn't you be grateful if I brought you that ring?
Nobody proposed to me yet.
Exactly. So why would a $1,500 ring mean anything?
That's a good question.
Exactly.
But that's what I expect.
No, that's what you expect, and it's because you're too picky.
Okay.
You're too picky. But she's supposed to look at his heart, but his heart is saying that she's too picky. And she should be grateful for the $1,500 ring. And he's actually also telling her, you've never been engaged. Nobody have ever tried to engage you. Girl, you should be happy if you get that ring, which you don't have, by the way, which I haven't given you, by the way, because I feel like you do not deserve it. And because you want to stick by me and play the good women and play the Barbara the Builder and the Pick Mission. This is what you get.
Guess I'm too picky then.
Yes, I know you're too picky.
35K, yeah. $35,000.
Yeah.
So he spent that much on a wedding ring for you as a gesture. What does he get in return?
I think I should answer that.
Did Tyler Perry ask the woman, the time Tyler Perry was talking about if he earns less than you, did he ask the man what she's getting in return? because they're always coming around with this. Oh, he bought you this, expensive thing. He does this. What does he get in return? But then they turn around and be like, oh, you should love him for his hat. But they never ask the woman, what does he bring in return? If he's broke, what does he bring in return for all of this stuff that you're doing? You're paying for your apartment, you're paying for the living conditions, you're paying for the bills and all of that. And all of a sudden, the only thing he's got to do for you to be grateful is him paying the electricity bill. If the table were turned, do you think they would be quiet? They expect you to do more if they get you a big ring or something. Or what does he get in return? What does he get in return? You are not building him. And look at the mentality, by the way. You can see the difference between the mentalities. This mentality is just, I'm just going to say amazing, because you can see two different people from two different cultures, two different ethnicity, and how they think. What does he get in return? Because for him, the women in his life probably were the ones building him up. We're the backbones. We're the ones that never expected anything. But if you give them something, they better give you something in return.
So I get a partner that's loyal. I get the mother of my children. I get the most beautiful woman that I've ever, been around. And the most important thing is how she treats me and how she treats my family and how she treats her family. So for me, I have a partner for life, and it's worth every investment there is.
Yeah, some men out here are not looking for a partner for life, especially when they're broke. When they're broke, they are just looking for a shelter, somebody that can feed them and give them somewhere nice and warm to lay down, until when they are strong and back on their feet, they don't care. You're going to be left with those kids. They're not even going to care. They're going to abandon those kids and even tell the media that, they don't have anything to do with you. They're going to say like, oh, they can even deny those kids too. Or literally do nothing for those kids that you thought, from the love of his heart and you loving him and accepting him for having nothing, when he was nothing at first. You thought those children came from love. And when he's totally back on his feet, he does nothing for those children that he created with you. And the cycle continues. Now I'm going to say this. Thank you all for being here. Do not forget to press the like button. Let me know what you think about this particular video and this crazy ideas that some people have been trying to push down Black women's throat and be like, you should not expect much. You should not expect somebody to, be financially stable when they are with you. You should be happy for less. In fact, go out there and try to date a homeless man, date a bus driver. If he only pays for the electricity bill, you should be grateful because he's even looking your way, because you do not deserve more. Let me know in the commentary section. Do not forget to press the like button, subscribe, and I will see you all on the next one. Have a great day and goodbye.